Patanjali describes about right knowledge. Perception through senses, conclusions arrived at through that cognition, the words of an enlightened master are the three ways to gain correct knowledge. Please understand. Patanjali is highly intelligent. He beautifully puts one by one. First level of knowledge. Second level of knowledge. Third, next level of knowledge. He beautifully puts, please understand, correct knowledge can never be at one level. Correct knowledge can never be at one level. There is a beautiful story in Vivekananda's life. When Ramakrishna gave the experience and the truth to Vivekananda, that whatever is Brahman, is divine. It's a right knowledge. Vivekananda started going and hitting his head on an iron rod to test whether that iron rod is also a Brahman. Whether that iron rod is also a Brahman. Please understand, the iron rod is a different level of knowledge. Whatever is Brahman is a different level of knowledge. You need to understand different levels of knowledge. There's another one beautiful story by Ramakrishna. One day the master was teaching in the monastery that whatever is God. So all the disciples heard the truth. They were in a high ecstasy. They went to take bath. When they finished the bath in the river and came back, on the way, one mad elephant was running here and there in the street, chasing people. So that Mahut, the elephant trainer, that guy was shouting, please run away, save yourself. This is a mad elephant. He was trying to control the elephant and he is shouting. All the disciples ran away, except one guy. One guy was standing in the road and saying, today morning only master said, everything is divine, everything is God. This elephant is also God, let me stand. The elephant straight away came and just lifted him, threw him to the corner and went away. The elephant, poor elephant, he doesn't know. This guy is a seeker, he is meditating. He just threw him to the corner and went away. Then all the disciples ran and brought him to the ashram. The master asked, what happened? Why did you stand on the way of the mad elephant? This guy says, you only said everything is Brahman, everything is God. Master says, yes, that is true. The Mahut, the elephant trainer, he is also Brahman. He was giving you instruction, run, save yourself. Why did you not listen to the elephant God? Why did you not listen to the Mahut God? Why did you think only the elephant is God? Please understand. This guy thought elephant is God, but this guy did not think that Mahut is also God. The elephant trainer is also God. The different levels of knowledge. Here, Patanjali beautifully describes the levels of knowledge. First level, perception through senses. What you perceive. This is the first level knowledge. Second level, conclusion arrived at through that cognition. Means you start calculating. If this is this, then these two together must be this. Means development of mathematics, science, evolution of art, poetry, evolution of great things which you don't perceive with the ordinary eyes, but which can enrich your life. Those things starts evolving. That's the second level of knowledge. Please understand, science can never evolve just from the first level knowledge. First level knowledge is perception through senses. Means what you see. What you see. The second level knowledge, the conclusions which you can come by calculating. by understanding, by analyzing. That is the second level knowledge. Third, words of an enlightened master. Third level knowledge. First level knowledge is a primitive society. They don't know anything except what they see with their eyes. Very primitive. Very primitive. They just live with the food. If they see their food, they kill and eat. If they see that they will become food, they run and save themselves. That's all. Either they eat or eaten. That kind of lifestyle. That is what is first level, perception through senses. Please understand, if you are living with that level, even if you live with all the wealth, all the name and fame, power, prestige, everything, you will be depressed. Because you are running only through one channel. It's like you have a TV, you can see only one channel. What will happen to you? You will be bored to death. You will be bored to death. Only one channel you can see. You can't go to the next channel. Either you see this channel or keep quiet. What will happen? You will be bored to death. The other day, I was reading a beautiful story. One guy, great king, practically conquered the whole world. He was searching for immortality. All the kings always search some medicine, something which can make them immortal. This is a big problem. Almost all the kings, whoever has conquered the enemies in different countries, they think, now I should think of immortality. He goes to an enlightened master and asks, tell me some way that I should become immortal. That guy says, why do you want to become immortal? Understand, this is the nature. This guy says, I am not here to listen to you about your teachings. I am asking solution. Can you give or not? And the master says, I think your time is bad. What can I do? He says, there is a stream in the cave, nearby cave. Go inside and drink that water. You will become immortal. This guy did not even bother to ask that master, if you know the technique, why don't you drink? No, he did not even bother to ask. He got the secret, he ran. He went and saw the cave. Really there was a stream. And he was about to drink the water. One crow was sitting on the cave. He was shouting, don't drink, stop, stop, stop. This king said, why are you stopping me? With my great effort, I learned this secret cave from that master. I am about to drink. Why are you stopping me? This guy says, no. Listen. That crow says, without knowing, I drank. I am sitting here for last 3,000 years. I can neither die nor live. I have seen everything, whatever world can offer. I have done everything. All the people whom I know are dead. All the things which I know are dead. I have done everything. I am utterly depressed. I can't even commit suicide. I tried so many methods. I decided I'll sit here and tell my story to everybody. Whoever comes here to drink the water. Understand my story. Now if you want, you drink. First time that king had a shock. Yes, oh God. I am gone. If I can't die at all, what will happen? If I am going to be here forever, I can't see any change. What will happen? He just did one big namaskar to that crow and escaped from that cave. Just ran away from that cave. He said, no, that crow is right. That guy is right. What will happen to me? I would have done everything. I would have enjoyed everything. All my friends would have gone. Everything would have gone. I'll be depressed, but I can't even die. Can't even die. Please understand. Seeking immortality, trying to become immortal. This is also one more game. This is also one more game. If you become immortal, even if you become immortal, if you are living just through the perception of senses, just through the perception of senses, please understand, you will be dead and depressed. You will be dead and depressed. It's like you can only have one channel. You can't go to the next channel. Life is like that only. If you have only one channel, means perception through the senses. However, you may have wealth, relationships, cars, bungalows, whatever you want, you will be in depression. I have seen people living in depression, deep depression. They have everything, but deep depression, because they do not know how to open the second channel, how to open the next level of knowledge. Understand, life is knowledge. Expansion of knowledge is life. Unable to expand after a certain level in the knowledge is depression, is death. When you are unable to expand further, it's a depression. You are dead. There is nothing else to be done. Many times, people who are very successful in the outer world life, they come to me and ask, we don't know what to do with the life, Swamiji. It has become a big burden. We are just dragging. Neither we have courage to die, nor we have energy to live. We are just dragging. Means you have opened only one channel. Perception through senses, that's all. Perception through senses. Very rarely people start the second channel. Only they become scientists, artists. For example, if there is a stone, if you just perceive it through senses, you will see it as a stone, that's all. But if you can start inferring, if I remove this part, if I remove this part, if I remove this part, it can become a sculpture. Inference. Trying to come to the conclusions through cognition. If I put this line, if I put that line, if I put this line, it's a painting. Who is able to infer the second level knowledge? A beautiful word. Pratyaksha Anumana. Pratyaksha is the first level knowledge. Many people stop with that. Please understand. I always tell people, try to spend little time in some little painting. Actually, whoever has entered into that second level of knowledge, only they become scientists. They become artists, the great artists, great creators, great sculptors, great poets. All of them have entered the second level. You can see science there actually needs that. Every scientist, he has to think, he has to infer. If this and that happens, then this must be the thing. He has to go into that second level of knowledge. Means he has to come to Anumana. Third level of knowledge, very rare. Very intelligent civilizations only accept and experience, internalize the third level of knowledge. The words of the awakened ones. The words of the enlightened ones. Please understand. If you accept only the first level of knowledge, pratyaksha, perceived through the senses, your first 33 years will be joyful. There are many countries, many civilizations. You can spend only first 33 years. They are not useful. They are not worthy for second 33. Second 33 you will be bored, depressed, empty in that civilization. That has nothing to offer to you for second 33. No. Very rare civilizations, countries offer for second 33. Means opportunities for science, opportunities for art, opportunities for creativity, exploring the inference dimension, anumana dimension. Very rarely, only few civilizations gives you the opportunity to experience the third level of knowledge, the agama, the knowledge, words of the awakened ones, words of the enlightened ones. Please understand, if the civilization evolves to the next level, if the civilization in the very primitive level, it accepts only pratyaksha, perception through senses. If it has evolved to the scientific level, it accepts pramana, it accepts anumana, means inference. Only if it has evolved to the very subtle, very sensitive, very intelligent level, it accepts agama, means words of an enlightened master. Words of an enlightened master. There are some civilizations, primitive, they offer life only till 33. Even after you become 33, you have to have the entertainments only for things which is designed for below 33 people. You have to go to the same theme park which is designed for kids. You have to enjoy the same thing which is created for kids. Please understand that civilization has nothing else to offer. It has nothing else for you. It has only below 33. Some civilizations, artistic, scientific civilizations, they can offer material for you, entertainment for you till 66. Two-thirds. Very rarely, I can say, only Patanjali civilization. The civilizations which produced great people like a Patanjali, only that civilization offers. When I say that civilization, I don't mean geographical India. Please understand. Bharat is not geographical. It is spiritual. Wherever the science is practiced, the spiritual knowledge is alive, all that place is Bharat. All that place is Bharat. Please understand, only a civilization which gave birth to a great masters like Patanjali can offer entertainment, things for you till 100. Till 100. Only that can entertain you for your whole life. See, the civilizations which has reached only to the second level, it can't entertain you after 66. That is why all over the world, so much of suicide after 66, so much. The elders committing suicide. No media talks about it because they are not directly useful to society. If youngsters commit suicide, it becomes a big news. But elders committing suicide, all over the world it is happening. It's a big problem. The other day I read in a newspaper, in a report, the Swiss country is allowing, Switzerland is allowing elders to have one assistant, the government will pay for the assistant. They will give everything for you, entertain you, but please don't commit suicide. That's all they are asking. Please understand, there are many civilizations which has nothing to offer. If you have crossed 66, if you have finished 2/3 of your life, there are only two, pratyaksha and anumana. They don't have agama. That is why after 66 you feel life is empty. First 33, pratyaksha, enjoy, blood is hot, enjoy all the things. Then after 33 to 66, anumana, start creating the science, art and all those things, enjoying. After 66, that also will be bored. Now you need agama, the words of an enlightened masters, the third level knowledge. If you can go next to next, you are a complete human being. You will live as a fulfilled being. That's what I call gracefully aging. If the third part, agama, has not happened in your life, means feeling connected to the words of the enlightened ones. If the third part of the knowledge, the higher level of the knowledge is not opened in your consciousness, please be very clear, you will be in depression in the third part of your life. That is the worst thing can happen to a human being. Being in depression in the third part of your life is the worst thing can happen to your life. The Vedic civilization, they have done such a great good to the humanity by awakening the third part in every human being. The Vedic civilization is such, if you go through first part and second part, automatically interest for the third part will be awakened in you. Because all their games they play below 33 and below 66. Both are related to Agama. They are Pratyaksha and Anumana. Both are related to Agama. Means the words of an enlightened master. So you don't have a problem. By the time you cross 66, you don't have a problem in sitting in meditation. You don't have a problem in sitting with enlightenment. You don't have a problem in sitting in contemplating. Because you are prepared in the first part and second part of your life. The first level knowledge and the second level knowledge, both are constantly guiding you to the third level knowledge. So, you age gracefully. You age gracefully. You live gracefully. If we have to avoid this serious problem world is facing, the elders committing suicide, the one and only way is awaken the third channel. Awakening the third channel is the greatest service you will do to yourself and to the world. You will do to yourself and to the world. Please understand, when the blood is hot, when the pratyaksha, perception through senses are happening, you will not bother. When the pramana, means inference, is happening, you will not bother. Only when both are bored, if you are bored of both, if you are tired of this both, if you are completely depressed with this both, if you have not opened your third dimension, life will be hell. Don't think you will go to hell after death. No. You will go to hell if you are not able to touch the third dimension, if you are bored in these two dimensions, if you continue to live after the boredom. Blessed are those who die in the young if they can't open the third dimension. People come and ask me, Swamiji, give me some technique that I should keep healthy and should live long, 100 years. Please teach me how to keep the body fit for 100 years. I tell them, please understand, first prepare your mind to live for 100 years. Awaken the third part, Agama, means feeling connected to the knowledge of the enlightened ones. Then prepare your body to live 100 years. If you prepare just your body to live 100 years and did not prepare your being for the third part of the knowledge, means feeling connected to the master's words, Agama, the third part will be the hell for your life. Never do that mistake. It is better to die with the nature as early as possible without living in that hell. Anybody who is interested to live long, please prepare your mind first. Awaken the third channel first. Feel connected to Agama first. The third part of your knowledge means the words of an enlightened master. Start living that first, then prepare the body, then do yoga, exercise, run, do jogging, prepare your body to live long. If you just prepare your body and not the mind, you are creating hell for you. I have seen elders, they come and cry. We can neither be useful to society, nor we are feeling completely happy, and we are not dying also. We can't commit suicide. We don't have the courage for suicide. It goes on and on and on. Please understand, the first thing you need to do for your future, I can say this is the best retirement plan. This is the ultimate retirement plan. feel connected to Agama, means the words of the enlightened master, enlightened masters. You have done the ultimate insurance plan. Relax. If you have not done that, whatever retirement plans you create, you may see that beautiful retirement feelings only in those photographs. I am seeing in this country all the retirement plan advertisements. See how 10 million people are traveling towards their safe retirement. I'll see a photograph of a beach home, in an elderly couple just relaxing, talking with each other. Please understand, only in photographs it will be great. Only in photographs it will be great. Unless you connect to that Agama, means feeling connected to the words of enlightened ones, awakened ones. If you not done that retirement plan, please understand, the old age will be hell. Because you may have money, you may have food, you may have health, you may have relationship, but what will you do? You will have nothing to do. You will not have expansion. You are not entertained. You are not engaged. What will you do? Then you will start brooding over your first 33. If you start brooding over your first 33, it's all fantasy. Your mind is ready, but body cannot cooperate. What will you do? And the second 33, inference. It's all intellectual jugglery, maths, science, art, everything. But again, even for that, your body will not be ready. How long? How much you can do? Your body will not be ready. If you open only the third dimension, the most subtle dimension, subtlest dimension of your being, you will have something to do. You have something to do. You have you for you. Please understand, I can say this is the ultimate retirement plan. Pratyaksha, Anumana, Agamaha. Awaken the Agama dimension. That is the right knowledge. How to judge whether your life is successful or not? You can judge your life only based on the last part of your life. If you are open to that Agama dimension, the connection to the words of an enlightened master, you have lived your life. Otherwise, old age is hell. Please understand, not only, you see, we all save money for the old age, social security, and put it in the share market, it goes. That is different. Forget about the money part. Prepare your being for the old age. If you have not prepared yourself, you live in hell before you enter into eternity or next birth. So prepare yourself. This is the ultimate retirement plan which you can do to yourself. Share this knowledge with your kids. This is the best ultimate retirement plan you will give to your kids. Preparing them consciously to the Agama means feeling connected to the Master's words.